intro go? It's been so long. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. Welcome back to the Danny Harton Show. It's been a minute. Okay, let me redo that. Welcome back to the Danny Harton Show. It's been a minute, but we have a very special guest today. You might recognize her from the Is College Worth It video. We got Scarlet O'Hara.
Hi guys.
How's it going, Scarlet?
It's good. It's been a good day.
Awesome. Word. What'd you do today?
I woke up
Yeah.
and then I went back
Same.
to bed, which was great
Really?
because I was like, it's 9 and I don't want to be up.
Mhm.
And then I woke up, ate food, and got ready and came here.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
That's all I've
crazy.
done. That's a great day.
Nice. I've had a more eventful day than you, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened in
I
your day?
woke up, went to the gym with my homie William. Shout out William. And then came home, ate, and then came here.
Wow.
But I was rushing here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I think like my GPS took me down like the worst possible route to get to the Parthenon.
It does that.
Cause did you come from that way? Did you like come in
No,
this way?
Actually, I don't know.
Okay,
I think
'cause
I'm over
came-
here.
I came in from like that way, like the back end, and then like when I like parked, it's just like a bunch of old dudes just smoking weed in their cars.
Oh, that's really funny.
Yeah. So like don't park over there.
That's hilarious.
But
That's
yeah,
so not Nashville, too. Wow. Cute.
That's not Nashville. Are you from Nashville?
No.
Where are you from?
I'm from Houston, Texas.
What
So,
do they do down there?
we have good sports. I love Houston. But it's like mainly sports.
So are you a Rockets fan?
I am. I grew up, we
Okay.
had my dad, he split season tickets with his friends, so I would get to
Mm-hmm.
go to a good amount of games. And I played basketball growing up.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I'm like in love with basketball. That's like-
What's your favorite team?
The Grizzlies.
Oh.
Yeah.
They stole Chandler Parsons from us. I remember that because he was my favorite.
Parsons.
I thought he was so cute. He was my like celebrity crush when I was 12.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I don't know where he's at now
Probably retired
though. Yeah.
or like overseas or something. Are you liking Dylan Brooks? Because he was on my team.
Oh, I'm not caught up this year.
Oh, you're
Don't ask me about this year. My dad was
Okay.
complaining to me, and I was like, I have no idea what's going on.
not? Okay. So you don't? Do you know who Dylan Brooks is? Or
No, I should. That's embarrassing.
I'm gonna give you just a little rundown.
Okay.
So Dylan Brooks was on the Grizzlies for his entire career up until this last season, and then he started like being a villain.
Oh.
I guess like, do you know Draymond Green?
Mhm.
He was like being Draymond Green light essentially,
Okay.
and just like punching dudes in the balls and stuff.
Mm.
And then the Grizzlies played the Lakers in the playoffs, and so he was like disrespecting LeBron the whole time.
Oh, that's not okay.
And so then LeBron just like torched him in the playoffs,
Yeah.
and then the Grizzlies were like, "Yo, we're not gonna have you back." So like everyone was saying, "Oh, Dylan Brooks is going to like China," just like clowning
Did he
on
go
him.
anywhere?
Yeah, he went to Houston.
Yeah.
How's it feel?
It makes sense. I think Dad was telling me we just traded James Harden or something.
Oh my God,
Harden's
you are
been away.
so.
I'm so behind.
You're so late.
I'm so late.
James Harden is on his third team.
Or he got
From
moved again,
Houston.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he just get moved again?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So he
That's
got.
what I learned then.
So after Houston, he went to Brooklyn, then Philly, and now he's in LA on the Clippers though, not the Lakers. He's on the Clippers.
Okay, good. I like the Lakers. I don't want
Mhm.
him on there. I've never really loved him.
You
That's
don't
a
like James
hot
Harden?
take. Yeah. I was
Why
ready
not?
for him to leave Houston. I don't know.
Really? Why? Just
I
'cause,
don't know
like,
enough about sports
his
to speak
attitude?
on this.
Fair enough. Fair
It's
enough.
been a
fair enough.
second.
hmm Yeah, but the Clippers, they have not won a game with James Harden so far. They're like 0-5 or 0-6.
Bad luck.
It's pretty good. I think that he just destroys every team he goes to.
Yeah.
It's really funny. Okay, anyway. All right, well, tell us like about you, I guess.
About me.
Yeah, tell us your
Yeah.
background and stuff.
Hey, I'm Scarlett. I already said that earlier. But from Houston, Texas. Didn't really think I was going to do music for a long time. And then spring of my senior year in high school, I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot do this. I was going to go to school for biology and be pre-med. Funny enough, that's how I ended up here because I got in Belmont for biology. And then I was like, LOL, no, please, I can't. I need to do music. And I'd been like writing songs since I was 12, and one of my friends who's a good producer, we were working a lot together in high school. And then I came here, and that just kind of continued, and that's great. And I met a bunch of people, learned more instruments. And I'm a writer and artist, and I produce now, which is cool. Never thought I would do that, but now my job is audio, so I do a lot of that. Yeah.
Are you working like in the studio?
Yes. So my friend works at Ocean Way, and then I work at another studio on Music Row, which is I'm like taking the opportunity while I can before I go to LA to like record as much as I can for this album. I have one song out, but we're working on a full album that should come out next year. So that's been fun.
Do you know what season it's going to come out? Or is that under, you can't reveal that
I'm
information yet?
hoping it would come out in May,
Okay.
but it might end up coming out in August. We will see. It depends how much we get done. Because I am at least 2 times a week in studios, but also we're flipping through, like we're going to houses to do what we can at home and stuff like that. So, yeah.
What's going to be like the sound of the album?
Yeah, so it's pop, but I draw a lot from disco and classic rock. I think my biggest influences would be like ABBA, Fleetwood Mac, Freddie Mercury, the Beatles, but I also love pop stars like Ariana Grande, Dua Lipa, Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga. So like putting those sounds together into one album that is like reminiscent of the late 70s, that's the goal, but still making it like modern pop. That's what I
Yeah,
want.
I can hear the ABBA influence in your song, like the one that
It
you
doesn't
have
always
out.
have to hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a big influence for that song. I love ABBA. I grew up listening to them. So
Do you want to talk more about like that song?
that song, that song was produced by my friend Anton Eggers. Him and I were working on that song last year, and then it came out earlier this year. Wow, it's been a long year. I was about to say it came out last year. And it was so awesome because he immediately got what I was saying, and that was back when I didn't really produce my own work, and it was really hard to find people that would get the sound that I wanted, and it's perfect in every way. We used, my favorite thing on that song is like the slightly out of tune piano, and that was all done in his house though. We never even went to a studio, which is crazy that it sounded like that. And the mics, everything, we just did it in his house. Only a few sessions, and then I went to Spain last summer, and I lived over there. Not this past summer, but the one in, 2022. And we were finishing up that song, sending files back while I was in Europe, and I think he might have still been here, but it was great. And by the time I got back, we finished up like last vocals, and then it was done. I wrote that song in like one day, too, one night. I feel like that's really normal for writers here. They always work on songs for like a week or like months, which is so great, but I think all of my best songs I write because I'm like hearing it or because I'm feeling something, and I'm like angry, sad, happy, whatever. Sit down. I think that song took like 30 minutes to write, and that was great. And it's still my favorite song because it's the only one I have that's like happy, and it's out. So yeah.
Also, all your other songs are depressing.
They're not depressing. I will say the upcoming album it's not depressing. It's actually, there's some songs that are just really angry,
okay.
and other songs that are a little
That's kinda
like a little sad. It's kind of melancholy. I don't know how to totally explain it.
Okay.
One of the songs is called like I Just Got It Back. That's what I was doing this morning too. I listened to some of the tracks.
Yeah.
Like one's called Play the Victim. So like a little bit of like sass, anger. I think the only happy song on it will be Doesn't Always Have to Hurt if we choose to put it back on. So
Is that gonna be the last song?
no,
on the album?
no. If we put it back on, it'll fit somewhere. It'll be near the end, but
Okay.
I know what the first song is. I have that song done. It's on my phone. It is so awesome, and I'm so excited. But no, this last year was like so crazy in life, and so the weirdest and craziest songs came out of it, and I'm so thankful. But I was like, ooh, my friends and my people in my band the other day were like, we need to write a happy song just to like even it out.
So do you like write with a lot of people, like your band members, or?
It depends. It's different every time. I feel like a lot of songs that I have, I write on my own, and then I'll go to one of my best friends. Her name's Caitlin. She's the one who's co-producing my album. I'll show it to her, and I'll be like, hey, do we think this is good enough? Or my roommate, funny enough, I think Bailey, you met her. Yeah, the blonde girl that was with me. She's my bassist. So,
Really?
and she plays cello too, because we switch off instruments and all that stuff. But I'll go to her and I'll be like, what do we think? And I'll start a song, and then I write a lot on my own, which is not totally normal. but I like to have people touch up or edit things, especially music-wise. I work at a studio, and so I'm friends with everyone else that works there, and I let them hear stuff, and they always tell me.
They give you like critiques and
Yeah.
stuff, advice.
Yeah, one of my mentors and like a brother figure to me, his name's Hunter. He's at the studio, and he was my drummer for a little bit. And now, every time I get a song, I was like, I played him everything, and he was like, so these are all an album, and that's kind of how this came together. But playing it to people like that is kind of how I go about it. Just when I get bits, at least for this piece.
So do you think that like, how do I word this? Do you think that like showing your music to people you trust, like, do you think that's a valuable part of like the song making process?
For me, completely.
Okay.
I have a lot of songs that I didn't like or I never thought anyone would hear. Half of them are on the album now because everyone freaked out about them. I thought they were like too mean or too selfish. And then everyone's like, but no one has said this. So that's why it is. Like, it needs to be said. So, yeah, because I think I'm very critical about myself and especially about music. So, for sure.
Yeah, we were talking about this like earlier, like being self-critical and stuff. I guess I'll start since you've been talking for a minute. Like, I play guitar and stuff, and so I feel like I say to myself that like all the other guitar players are better than me because it like helps me like keep working on myself and keep like working on the guitar, because I feel like if I like acknowledge that I was better than like a certain other player, then I like get complacent, I think.
Yeah.
And like I don't think it's good to get complacent, especially like in art, because once you get complacent, like someone else will take your place.
Yeah.
Especially like in entertainment and stuff, it's like everyone wants to be at this point. So if you're at that point and you get complacent, there's like thousands of people in line behind you that are just like ready to take it like from you. So
I agree.
Yeah.
Work hard.
Yeah, work hard.
I'm definitely the same way. I feel like with artistry and writing, which are like two totally different things, but still not being complacent is huge, especially because we're in a city where we're surrounded by people who are guitarists, pianists, whatnot, artists, and it's easy to get lost. So I agree.
I love Nashville.
I like it. I love it.
It's cool because like, I don't know, you'll just talk to people and then they'll just be like normal looking people, and then they're like, oh yeah, I'm like the guitar player for Chris Stapleton or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you're just here shopping at Publix with me. What's going on?
Yeah. I was
so
working
cool.
with someone at Lululemon, and I was just helping them. And then they were like, what do you want to do with your life? I'm like, well, I'm a singer, an artist, and an actress. And she was like someone really big in entertainment. And she was so sweet the entire time. And I worked with her for like 40 minutes on clothes. And then I was like, oh my gosh, like I recognized her name when she told me who she was.
Really?
And that's just insane. I love that about Nashville.
It's fun. There's like a good mix of like people who aren't trying to be the main character. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of just like normal people, which I think is good to surround yourself with.
Yeah.
I sound like a prick right now, but what I'm trying to say
No, it
is
makes
that, like,
sense.
it's good to like, when you are in entertainment like we are, but I think it's still good to have like friends who are pursuing normal careers.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think it keeps you level-headed.
I've been thinking about that a lot, actually. Well, when I studied abroad in Spain, I was the only person that had a major or job in entertainment. So I was like the odd one out, but like in a cool way. I love what I do. But it totally woke me up last year of like, oh my gosh, I've been surrounded by other artists, writers, people who do exactly what I do. And I'm the only person that's doing this from where I grew up. So I'm like trying to reconnect with other people and be like, hey, like, you don't do this. I would love to hang out with like you again. Yeah, just things like that. Love entertainment people, but it is nice to have like a little bit of a break or just feel normal for a bit.
Yeah.
Or remind me what normal is.
Yeah. Well, it's not just normal, but it's just like, how do I put into words? It's just like, I don't know. They just have a different perspective, I guess, because I feel like when you're talking to a lot of people that are kind of doing what you're doing, like even though there is variety in like thinking and stuff, it's kind of homogenized in a way.
Yeah.
I think at the like very basic level, and so you need to have like people who you can maybe like relate to in other ways.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's really good, especially like for writing music. In my classes and just in my community, everyone kind of not says the same thing, but they're all very similar and they're all very intelligent and like write very beautiful music. But they were talking to us in class, and a bunch of my mentors were like, you need to go home for like 3 months and then come back. And then like, so you remember like who you are, how you grew up, all those normal ideas. And I thought that was crazy that they were telling us to do that, because I was like, I see why. But yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because it's like to make beautiful art, you have to like see the world.
Yeah.
And like if you're here in Nashville and you were in Houston, so like you have to go back and reconnect with that. There's a man playing soccer in front of us. Like you'll probably have to like go and reconnect with that in some way.
Yeah.
But then if you were to go to a different place like New York, for example.
I've lived there too. Yeah.
Oh, you live there? Really?
Just for
That's
a little
crazy.
bit. I did travel a lot and like over throughout college, just not living here. But I feel like every place that I lived, I learned something new, and I was like, oh my gosh, like new ways to think, new ways to write, new ways to see the world, which is always great.
So were you in New York City?
I lived in Upper Manhattan in the Heights. I loved it. And then I had a lot of friends that lived in Soho, and then just other areas of Manhattan, and I adored New York. I'd love to go back there, but broke college kid vibes right now.
Yeah. I got you. Did you get any chopped cheese?
I did. That was like one of the first things I got. I had no idea what it was when I got there. Where are you from again? You from North?
Originally California.
Okay, I was going to say, how do you know what that is? 'Cause I didn't know what that is until I lived there.
Complex documentary on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
I only knew because I had some friends from the Northeast, and one of my friends from like Philly, Jersey was like, hey, have you gotten this yet? And I was like, what is that? It was so good. I'm not a sandwich person, and I'm also not a pastry person, but so I lived in New York after I lived in Spain. So I lived in Spain for a few months and lived in New York. And I'm from the South. I'm from Texas. We don't have good bread. We don't have good croissants. We don't have anything like that, and that was all I ate up there. I could talk about food.
Just
for hours.
chopped cheese.
Chopped cheese was so good. Sandwiches. I lived right next to a deli, which is so different. Like, I don't eat sandwiches because, So, but that was awesome. I would go and get one every day. Became friends with those people. It was great because they spoke Spanish too, because I was in the Heights. And if I heard someone order in Spanish, I'd walk up next to them and order, and they'd always be like, and I'd be like, hey. They just wouldn't expect it, and it was my favorite thing in the world.
Next question. Are you Spanish, or do you just speak Spanish?
So, I never like to claim that I'm like Latina or anything, but my grandmother is from Mexico. And so the reason I speak Spanish is because my grandparents would speak to each other, but they used it as a secret language. And I grew up in Houston, so it was a very accessible place for me to learn.
Yeah.
So I learned Spanish through school, and I spoke with friends. I had a lot of friends from Guatemala or Mexico or like Venezuela, and so I got to speak with them. Everyone speaks Spanglish where I'm from too. I'll just point that out. So I grew up speaking Spanglish for some bits, and then I don't think I was really fluent until I lived in Spain, and then I came back and I was fluent. But it was a goal of mine to be fluent so I could speak to them, because they never taught my mom and my uncles. And like my grandma looks very Spanish. She looks very white, even though she's from Mexico, so no one ever expects it. I don't know what I am. I'd love to take one of those tests. I always say like, I know like I'm a bit Mexican. I don't know how much, but I know I am. But I obviously, my hair's fake. Obviously, we're not naturally redhead.
What are you like naturally?
I'll look a little bit more. When I lived in Spain, some people thought I was Spanish, which was like a really big compliment. And when I lived in Spain, I felt like a lot of things were similar to how I was raised at home, just like attitudes. And then food. I only cook Mexican food. I only learned how to cook Mexican food. And it confused me when I realized, oh, wait, this isn't white. So yeah, I'm like, I don't know. It's funny. I do speak Spanish though, somewhat.
That's what's up. I didn't pay attention in Spanish class at all,
Yeah.
to be honest. I kind of wish I did. Would have been really helpful.
It's cool. I love the Spanish language. But if you're not around it, you're not going to be able to.
You're not going to remember it. Yeah, that's true. My mom's like Portuguese.
Oh, that's
so she'll
cool.
talk like Portuguese on the phone, like with her family and stuff.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and I just don't know what's going on.
That's such a hard language. When I was in Spain, we went to Portugal and we could read the signs because we all spoke Spanish, but I could not understand them, like, for my life. And it was a beautiful language, but yeah.
Yeah, it's fun to listen to. I don't know what they're saying.
To me, it sounds like Spanish but German, and I know that's wrong, but that's what it sounds
No,
like
that
to
makes
me, and I love
sense.
it.
That makes sense. Because my dad's German, and he can speak it as well.
Your dad's German? That's so cool. I
Yeah.
didn't know this. This is like, I love when I meet, like, I learn that people have parents that are from somewhere else.
Yeah, so my dad can speak German, and my mom can speak Portuguese, and I can only speak English.
Wait. So
I'm
do you get
dumb.
what I mean when you're like, why didn't you teach me? Because that's
Sort of.
how I feel with my family. I'm like, why didn't you just teach us all Spanish? Like, why did you use it as a secret language? Because we would all be like so
Yeah,
smart.
I mean, sort of, but to be honest, I probably would have been reluctant as a kid anyway
Oh, okay.
to like learn the language, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I probably just went, "Oh, I don't need that." Like just
True.
a dumb kid, to be honest. But I don't know. I kind of want to learn a new language just to do it,
They're
but
fun.
I don't know what. Because I feel like if you're going to do that, it has to be something useful.
It has to be something you're
Yeah.
going to use. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, I never even thought about this because I would love to pick up a third language. And I wanted to speak Arabic, but then I was like, I don't know if I'm going to use it. My cousin speaks Arabic fluently, and it's so cool. I wish I could. I'm like, every time I hear her speak, I'm like, that's badass.
Yeah.
But French is so much easier, and Italian, considering what I already speak.
Hmm.
But if I can't use my Spanish, I mean, if I can't use it, what's the point? I'm going to lose it. Like, I'm already here, like, no one speaks Spanish, and I already kind of lose it.
You
So,
reckon I should learn French?
Yeah.
I like how it sounds.
I vote Spanish over French, but
Okay.
which do you use?
I probably use Spanish more practically.
Yeah.
Damn, that was a good kick. But French just sounds cooler to me.
Oh, it's pretty. I
Yeah,
wish.
it's like a very nice sounding language.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I reckon I'll probably go to Canada before like Mexico or Spain.
Okay, yeah.
So I
Can
mean,
you-
they only speak French in Quebec.
Yeah, just make sure you go there.
Yeah, I don't want to go to Quebec.
Okay.
I'd rather go to like everything west of Quebec.
Yeah.
Have you been to Canada?
No, I have not. I haven't been to many places. The only reason I can talk about Europe is because I lived over there for school.
Yeah.
But like traveling, no. I want to go to Canada though. When I lived in New York, I should have gone. It would have been closer. That would have been cool.
The closest to Canada I've been is Niagara Falls. Let's
Oh, that's
go.
awesome. I've always wanted to go there.
That's like the closest.
Isn't it on the border?
Yeah.
So yeah.
It is on the border.
Okay.
Hmm.
That's cool.
I don't know. Canada just seems cool. They got freaking snow and stuff. They have,
It snows here.
yeah, but they have more snow up there.
Okay.
It doesn't snow here every winter.
Yeah, true.
Just sometimes. Like some winters it's like 70 degrees, and then other winters here it's like below freezing.
Yeah. I mean,
It's just how it is. Like Mother Nature is just kind of drunk in the South. Like that's just how
Nashville's
it is.
pretty bipolar with its weather, I will
Yeah,
say.
it is bipolar.
Yeah. Where I'm from in Houston, it can be 30 degrees and 90 degrees like within a day, so I'm kind of used to it.
Mhm.
But I feel like it's even weirder here.
Isn't Texas like the hottest state, or is that Florida? I feel like
I gotta
someone
say
told me-
both. Oh my gosh, look who's coming up to us. Hi.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to the pod.
Welcome.
All right, we have the true guest for this
This is
episode.
so cute. Hi. Hey.
Hey.
It's
Oh, you're good.
okay. This makes my day.
Hey, buddy.
She's adorable.
So,
What's her name? Callie.
nice to meet you.
Aw.
Yeah,
Callie.
I got you. Yes, sir.
Oh, wait, her thing.
Yes, sir. All right, shout out to Callie. I'm looking forward to her
She's
album.
so cute. Yeah. Aw.
Anyways,
I want a dog.
yeah.
Couldn't take care
You
of a
don't
dog
have?
right now.
Do you have any pets?
I don't. My mom says when she retires, she's gonna get 2 dogs. If my album like blows up and like makes a ton of money, you know, like hopefully, right? Then I will be like, you're retiring and you're buying, and I would buy her 2 dogs.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's a good daughter right there.
Yeah. Oh, I'd buy her a house too, but like if I had the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get 2 poodles whenever that happens. So
Okay. So are you more of a dog person than a cat person?
Definitely, but I do like cats.
Mm-hmm.
I am actually, one of my roommates when I live in LA has a cat, so I get to be around it. And then I can figure out my real answer because I've never lived with a cat. But I love them. I love all animals.
Mm-hmm. I like cats a decent bit just because they like take care of themselves.
Yeah,
But dogs are more fun to like play with.
yeah.
So I don't know.
Definitely depends what kind of dog, too.
It absolutely does. And you also have to train that thing.
Yeah.
Like you really have to train it. You gotta
You
make
don't
sure it
train
doesn't
it.
like kill people when you're not looking.
Well, yeah, and other things. Yeah,
Yeah, and other things. Cats are pretty like easy to deal with though.
Yeah.
Although while they're young, they're kind of like when they're young, they're pretty like moody, I guess.
Yeah.
But like once they get used to like being around people, I guess, like they're kind of antisocial when they're young, but then after like a while, they like acclimate well
Yeah.
with people. But yeah, I mean, you gotta like nurture whatever kind of pet you have. That's the thing.
Yeah. I also
That's
feel
the
like
other
cats, like my friends' cats, like my besties that I go over to their house like every week, they acted like they hated me for 2 weeks. And then if anyone else comes in with me, they love me after that. And if they want to act like they hate me, but then they're always next to me, yeah. I love that about cats. I'm like, they're so funny.
They are funny. You
So.
big Garfield fan? No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's think. What were we talking about before? The dog.
That dog
came
was
here.
so, and I'm still watching it. She's so pretty.
Yeah. Canada.
Oh yeah, countries and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've been to Germany before when I was like a child.
have you traveled since, or like
No.
been over there?
Not out of the country, no.
Yeah,
Yeah. I went to Germany when I was like 10. It was so fucking cool.
that's cool.
I went to Munich, which is probably like the closest thing to New York City
Yeah,
I've been to.
I wanted to go there so bad. We were doing all the like Ryanair flights that are like $50 while we were over there, and all the Munich ones and all the Rome ones were like 200 or 400. I was so sad. I wanted to see those, but I stayed in Sevilla.
So you've been to Spain and
So I lived in Sevilla, and then I got to see France, England, and Portugal. And then I got to see a lot of different areas of Spain, so that was cool.
I went to my mom's country and I haven't even been there.
Yeah,
That's messed
dang. I only saw
How was it?
Lisbon though. I didn't. Oh wait, no, I didn't see Lisbon. I only saw Lagos.
up.
So I didn't see like the city life.
That's fine.
I wanted
It's still
to.
Portugal.
Yeah.
I want to go there. I also want to go to the Azore Islands, which I guess is owned by Portugal. I don't really know.
Yeah.
What's like off the coast. I want to go there.
Yeah. We almost went to Ibiza, but that's technically part of Spain, and I had
That's
no idea
Spain.
until I got over there.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
It's a good song too.
That's what I thought the entire time because I thought it was. Is she coming back? Wait, this is so funny.
She might just run behind us. Yeah. What's up? Where do you want to go, like country-wise? 'Cause
Country,
I've-
like to visit or to live?
to
Hey.
visit.
It's okay. To visit? You're okay. This is awesome.
No, you're all good.
The best kind of interruption. The place I like number one on my list to travel to would be Rome, and anywhere in Italy, but especially Rome. I'd never even been to Europe before I lived there, and I tried to get there so bad, but it was just like it wasn't working out. I can't think of where else. I just want to go everywhere. I love traveling. I also love culture and languages and learning all that stuff. I did realize while I was in France, though, that was the first time I'd ever been in a country that I didn't speak the language of, and it freaked me out.
Yeah.
Because, like, directions or, like, talking to people. And I can read French pretty well because of the Spanish stuff, but, like, terrifying. We, like, got lost at 2 a.m., phone's almost dead, scariest moment of my life. Figured it out, but I was like, we don't speak French. So I need to go to all the Latin American countries so I can, like, prep myself before I travel elsewhere.
I got you. I want to go to all the alcoholic countries.
Oh my God.
I really want to go to Australia.
Oh, that's the first one you said? I was thinking something.
No, I said alcoholic countries. You heard me right, but I want to go to Australia really
Yeah.
badly. Australia is like another planet.
Yeah.
It's weird. They have fucking kangaroos and shit. Also, they're like number one source of income as a nation is gambling.
I didn't
You
know
know
that.
that?
That's kind of
Yeah, that's
hilarious.
crazy.
My mom loved Australia. My parents have been twice. But Australia scares me. Like, I want to go so bad, but, like, that's the country I'm terrified of. Because
I'm so intrigued by it. I also like the way they talk a lot.
there's so many things that can kill you over there.
I know. I need to experience it.
Going to Sydney would be really cool.
Yeah, Sydney, Melbourne, Perth. That's where Heath Ledger's from Perth, so I need to see what that's
I forget
about.
yeah.
And Tame Impala as well.
Oh, I didn't know that. I learned something today. Chris Hemsworth is, I don't know what city he's
Is he
from.
Australian?
He is Australian.
Really?
Chris and Liam are, and then so is Margot Robbie, two of my favorite actors.
Yeah, she is
so,
Australian.
Yeah.
I was surprised when I heard her like actual voice. I was like, what the fuck?
She's really, great actress. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she's really good. I like it. She's in one of my favorite movies.
You're going to say Wolf of Wall Street?
No.
Okay, what is it?
I do like that movie, but that might be top 20, but it's not one of my favorites. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I haven't seen that yet, but I
You
want
should
to.
watch it. It's really good.
Yeah.
Do you know what it's about?
Briefly, it's Quentin Tarantino, right?
It is Tarantino.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, she plays Sharon Tate in the movie.
Okay.
Do you know Sharon Tate? Okay.
You're gonna make me look like an idiot
It's a
on
whole.
this if we start talking about it.
It's a whole rabbit hole
Yeah.
that we should not get into right now.
Okay.
But she plays a famous actress.
It's from like,
that movie.
is it 50s, 60s? What is
It's
it?
60s.
60s? Okay.
I think it's 1969.
Okay.
That's like the year it's in. But yeah, very important detail. You should do some.
Research before I watch it.
Yeah, you should research.
I know Abbey Road came out that year. I'm a big music person from the 60s,
yeah,
but
Abbey
not.
Road did come out that year.
Uh-huh.
The soundtrack in that movie is so good.
Oh, I love soundtracks, so I'm excited.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to Australia. Yeah, I just want to go to Australia, to be honest. Like, I want to go in the outback, see what's up over there, talk to a couple kangaroos, go to Sydney, gamble a little bit, I guess. Go to, like, Perth,
Yeah.
see what's up over there. And
Have
then
you
after
gambled
that-
before? Here?
Here?
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to say on camera.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
Are you not
No,
21?
I have not. I have not gambled.
You have not gambled. How old are you? Am I allowed to
20.
ask? You're 20? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Am I
22,
allowed to
so I'm
ask?
allowed to do everything. So you can
Yeah.
ask me without, but I have not ever gambled. Wait, that's not.
You have not gambled?
No.
I turned 21 in January.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be over.
And then you're allowed to gamble, and it's like, bye.
It's going to be over. I'm so excited to turn 21. Not because of the gambling or the legal drinking, but just like being able to go
out
anywhere
here.
you want.
And,
Like-
yeah.
Yeah, just being able to like go anywhere you want without like
Worrying.
worrying about it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like in Houston you can get in everywhere at 18.
Mm-hmm.
And so I could like have fun at home, and then I got here and I was
Yeah, it's
like 19
20.
and I was like, so I can't go have fun.
Yeah, it's like the end is 18 and up, and everywhere else is 21 and up. That's
Yeah.
basically how it is.
I played at the end like last week.
I saw that. Yeah, I wanted to go. I couldn't though.
That's okay. It was a cool show. I've always
Mhm.
wanted to play there. It was a little bit of like a mini dream come true.
What was the set list like? Was it mostly originals?
It was mostly originals. We had 2 covers.
Did you cover?
So we opened with I Will Survive, my favorite song of all time. And it was really funny because in our rehearsal, we've been having rehearsals and we've been doing most of the songs and most of the originals. I did not know that there are 2 versions of I Will Survive because we show up to rehearsal and I'm like, yeah, but we don't have a saxophone, so there's no sax solo. And then half the band was like, sax solo? And then the people were like, what are you talking about? Then we play, and then we realized that we were both listening to the wrong versions, and we had to figure it out like 2 days before the show. It was great though. I thought it was so funny. And then we also did "Gimme Gimme" by ABBA, or "Gimme Gimme."
Okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
That's
I
a
don't
good
think I
one.
know that song, but I know.
you do. It's one that's like "Gimme Gimme Gimme, I'm in after midnight." Dun, dun, dun. You don't know it? You have to
It
know
sounds
it.
kind of familiar.
Don't somebody help me chase
I'll
the
listen to it
shadows
after.
away.
I'll listen to it after.
You'll know it.
I played the end with a country singer named John Owens. Shout out John Owens.
We
In August, and we like rehearsed the day before, and that was it.
was it
We
just
only
you
had
2
one
or like a
rehearsal.
full band?
It was a full band. We had 4 people in the band.
That's awesome. That's
Like-
so fun.
Yeah, I was playing bass for the show. We
Oh,
played
cool.
a lot of covers, to be honest with you. We opened up with Ain't No Rest for the Wicked, and then I forget everything else that came
That's
after
okay.
that.
we.
I think we played 7 originals and like 5 covers.
Oh,
or
that's a
something.
long set.
It was a long
That's
set.
awesome.
Yeah, it was like probably like 80 minutes or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Hmm.
I haven't done, I was going to say most of my, so we did like a 40-ish minute set, and then we have a show December 2nd. It's going to be more of like a house show, and I think our set might be near to an hour. But I'm like playing Friday or Saturday night of a festival next year, and it's like an hour and a half set, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm excited and I can do it, but I'm like, that's a good bit. That's going to be a lot of figuring out.
So a 90-minute festival set.
Yeah, it's a festival in Missouri called Hoot and Hollerin', so if any of y'all know what that is, come out.
Okay, links in description.
But that'll be cool. I have a 7-piece band, so
Yeah.
it's a lot, but it's really
Yeah,
fun.
I saw on Instagram. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we have a violinist, my friend James.
Yeah.
He's amazing, literally great. And then we all switch off instruments. Like I'll play guitar for not guitar, I'll play piano for a bit. I was gonna play guitar for some bit, and then I was like, we have too many people on stage. I don't need to play an instrument. But it's more fun that way, I
Did you have
think.
2 guitar players?
Yeah.
Okay.
One would play rhythm and one would play lead, and they would kind of switch off. But in other songs, like my rhythm guitarist, she went to bass when my cellist played cello. Or
So
my
they just,
bassist
like,
played
swap
cello.
in the
Yeah, we all
instrument?
swapped. And then one time,
That's really funny.
Bailey, who you met, my bassist, cellist, whatever, she
Yeah.
played bongos for I Will Survive. Instead of playing anything, she was like, I don't need to play anything, but I will buy bongos because there are bongos in that song. And she just sat on the stage and played them. And it was so funny. And it was great.
That's really funny.
Yeah, because there's
need-
there's
we need
videos
more
of me
bongos.
dancing and then just her playing, and I'm so glad we got those together. Favorite thing.
Would you say, like, your music, like, currently and in the future, like, what
Yeah.
you're envisioning in your mind, is it, like, mostly, like, real instrumentation, or do you have, like, do you use a DAW or, like,
Oh,
any
Yeah.
synthetic instruments or anything like that?
It's a mix of both for the recordings. I always want to be able to play everything live, so having the band, we have a different instrumentation for some things. Like when we play, it doesn't always have to hurt. It's a little bit different because that really doesn't need that much. But a lot of synths. We both use Logic and Pro Tools, so when I'm producing and when Caitlin's producing, a lot of times I'll send her over like a Logic session and I'll be like, this is what I got, what do you think? And she'll add stuff back and then we'll keep working on it. And when we want to record things, we'll move it to Pro Tools. This is so nerdy and audio of me to talk about, but yeah.
No, it's good.
I have a Nord keyboard, which is my baby, and I love that thing. That is my pride and joy. So we've used a lot of sounds from that. Some MIDI stuff, but I feel like I'm a decent pianist, I think. I played piano since I was 3, so I should be able to play enough to put on my album. But we've recorded a lot of guitar and piano. I don't think I'm good enough to play it, but I've been playing it, so.
I got you.
Yeah.
Who are, like, some artists, like indie artists, I guess,
Yeah.
that you really enjoy? It could be like in
Okay.
Nashville or like somewhere else, but just like some smaller artists that you want to shout out.
Oh, okay. Wow. Let me think. I gotta I know so many producers I love in this town. Let me think of artists. One of my good friends, she's killing it, Melina KB. I don't know if you've heard of her. She does like pop music that's like mixed with theater. She's like 20 times more successful than me and like so awesome, but she kills it. And I met her at Bonnaroo. I worked Bonnaroo. This is how we met. But yeah, she's killing it. She's great. If you haven't listened to her, give her a listen. Especially if anyone who did theater would love her. Let me think. So many of my friends are artists that like have not released things or are working on them.
Okay.
I just played a show with Open House. They're a great band. I like them a lot. Bright Back is another band. I'm friends with some of those people. They're really good in town. And then those are like really, really indie artists, like people I know. And then indie artists that I love. Gosh, everyone here listens to Lizzie McAlpine, and I love her, but that's what always comes to mind because she's very Nashville, very Belmont. People love her. I guess she's not indie anymore. I've listened to her and Noah Kahan
It
since
still
they
counts,
were.
It's fine.
Yeah, or Khan. Sorry, I keep saying it wrong. I say that wrong all the time, and my roommate works with him. Let's think. Oh, Maggie Rose is awesome. She's really sweet, too. She's great. Big fan. I should like be more prepared for this question. There's so many people I love. I'd have to look at my Spotify. Am I allowed to do that right now?
Yeah, that's
Cool.
fine. I'll just like cut it. So it's like funny,
This
to
is
be
perfect.
honest.
My friend Serena Laurel, she let out a song a while ago, and I'm pretty sure she just let out a music video for it. It's called IDC, I Don't Care. That one was, that's probably my favorite song she's done. So that was a good one. Wow, lately it's all Amy Winehouse that I've been listening to. Oh, look, there's my song. I liked accidentally.
You really like Scarlet O'Hara?
Scarlet O'Hara.
Yeah.
She's so great and fun and cool. You should listen to her. Yeah, my liked songs is A Scary Place, though, because I listen to a bunch of
It's a
things
scary
in a
place.
bunch of different languages. So it's like,
of course.
No, but it's like I don't know what's gonna pop up, and then people like will walk into my room and they'll be like, "Oh," and I'm like, "It's not Spanish. It's probably French, or it's Italian." I found an Italian disco song that slaps. Anyways, this is what I do. Jessie Ware is awesome. She's big in the UK. She's not as big here, but she's great.
Okay.
So
I think I may have heard of her, but I don't know.
she has some songs that are like disco-esque. I adore, when I found some of her songs, I was like, I wish I wrote this. And I like the disco pop stuff that I'm trying to do with some of my music. I heard her song Free Yourself, and I was like, dang, I wish I wish that was mine. So yeah, there's my small list.
That was like another question I ask on the show sometimes is what's one song you wish you wrote?
Ooh,
But not those ones that you just named.
yeah. Ooh. I gotta think, because I part of me is
Yeah,
like,
it's a
don't
big
say a
question.
basic answer. And then the other part of me is like, no, I could. Big Taylor Swift fan, but I don't think I could have written any of her songs.
Well, it's something you wish you
I
wrote.
know. I was listening to Mr. Perfectly Fine this morning, and I remember when I learned about it, 3 years ago when it came out, I was like, dang it, why didn't I write this? But I feel like that's not like me now, so let me think.
I got you. Yeah, look at your
I gotta look at it
playlist.
again.
Hold on, let me look at my playlist.
I wish I wrote like Alien Superstar by Beyonce, but I'm not Beyonce, but she is mom since I'm from Houston. Love her. Oh, okay. Florence and the Machine, the song Free
Free.
from their last, from the Dance Fever album. That album's so good. That really inspired me a lot this year, but the song Free, I wish I wrote it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will listen to it on the drive home.
Yeah. It's not like, yeah.
You've given me a lot of homework to do this episode, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm with all the indie crowds.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of basic stuff, though. I feel like at Belmont, it's like I'm the basic girl. I listen to like the pop. I love pop. I listen to pop stars. I want to be one of them. But everyone's listening to these artists that I'm like, okay, cool. I got to do my homework. I got to do my research and find them. And they're giving all these cool answers that they're so different. I hate to say it like that, but everyone does that.
I hate that so much. I just tell me what you genuinely like. And if it's like a weird thing, that's
Yeah.
cool if you genuinely like it. But if you're just gonna give me like Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande,
That's
that is
that's what I love.
like that's okay if that's what you genuinely like. But I hate like people that are like, oh, I have to seem different,
Yeah.
you know, and like say all this stuff. Like, bro, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like, I think my taste is like a mix of both. There's some things like, especially with movies, like I like some like I enjoy James Bond and like stupid like basic movies like that.
Mhm.
But then I also like some of the more thinker movies, I guess. But then there's like some super pretentious stuff that I like hate that like my friend likes.
Yeah.
He's a big David Lynch fan. That's like his favorite director. I watched 3 of his movies. All of them suck. I don't like
Aw.
David Lynch at all. Like I don't like that shit. That
What
shit
is your favorite movie of all time then?
Fear and Loathing in Las
Oh, we
Vegas.
did talk about this.
Yeah.
What's your favorite movie lately?
Lately?
Yeah, like recent movie that's come out.
I don't think I've seen a whole lot of recent movies, but I'll look on my little app. Do you have Letterboxd?
Yep. I was like, I know what you're pulling up.
I'm
All
gonna
my film
follow
major
you.
friends. No, I do not use it enough.
Oh, you don't use it?
I should.
Does it have to be a new movie?
No, you can just give me another movie.
Okay, I watched The Truman Show recently.
I've never seen
I thought
that.
that was really good.
I want to see it. We did a lot of scenes from that in my acting class recently, and it made me want to watch it, but it's not free anywhere. So,
I really liked it. really like that movie. I can't really explain if you haven't like seen it.
Yeah, I know
And
what it's
then-
about. Though.
Yeah.
Like we did the synopsis to do some of the scenes.
And then I also watched Fargo. Have you seen like the movie Fargo? It's so crazy. It's like, do you know Coen Brothers?
Hmm?
It's like one of their movies, and it's like this. They just have like, there'll be scenes where they have like the most over-the-top, cartoonish, like vile violence you've ever seen in your life, and then it cuts to like Frances McDormand and her like Minnesota accent,
Oh.
just driving on the highway, and it's just like so interesting and like
Yeah.
compelling how they just like have those two like parallels the whole time, because like it's basically she's like a police detective and she's investigating like a murder essentially
Yeah.
in like Minnesota, and like the way that like most of the police characters talk is like so casual about like such like
really
fucked up
big
situations.
things.
Yeah, and it's funny because of their accents, but you know, I bet in reality, like I bet a lot of like law enforcement and like medical professionals and stuff like that probably talk about those situations like that just because it's all
Yeah.
around them all the time.
Definitely, I know medical people do. My entire family's in the
Yeah.
medical field, and
Oh,
I'll
really?
like, I notice if I say something, whether it's about myself or my family, in front of my friends, they freak out. I'm like, why are you freaking out? But I was raised around people that are like talking about like surgeries at dinner and stuff like that. So I know that, yeah, on that point.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet police officers definitely.
I need to rewatch it. It's so interesting and so like compelling,
Yeah.
I guess. I think I gave it a 5. Also, like my second favorite movie is the Coen Brothers movie, The Big Lebowski. Have you seen that?
I haven't, but it's come up in conversation I think twice this month.
Yeah, you'll either love it or you'll hate it.
Okay.
It's just how it is, I guess.
Yeah.
Most of the movies I really enjoy are very divisive. I've noticed, like Fear and Loathing
Yeah.
is another one of those. Scott Pilgrim's another favorite of mine. I like Tarantino a good bit. Not as much as when I was younger, because now I kind of see the pretentiousness in it, I guess.
Yeah.
But when I was like 15, I was like, oh, this is the shit. And then like
Yeah.
fast forward 5 years and you're like, that was a good choice. That was a good choice. Oh my God, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Like, that's so bad.
Yeah.
But it's just a balance, I guess. What are like some of your favorite movies then?
I'm gonna be basic again.
All right, let's go.
My comfort movies, and it's actually funny because one of them shouldn't be a comfort movie. And I guess in my favorite movies, Pride and Prejudice, Jane
Okay.
Austen, but the one with Keira Knightley.
Okay.
Love that one. It has a great soundtrack too. One of my favorite books, and I think that's why it's my favorite. But then my other comfort movie, which this shouldn't be a comfort movie, is Avengers: Infinity War.
Okay. Yeah, that's a weird one.
Yeah,
Just
I
because of
love
like
that
how
movie.
it ends.
Yeah, no. Also, Wanda and Vision are my favorite Marvel characters. I love Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is like my favorite, character of all time. So it does kind of wreck me every time I watch it. Maybe I'll just sometimes I'll just stop it before it ends. You know.
Do you watch Endgame a lot, like alongside it, or not as much as?
I do,
the
but I've
first one?
definitely seen Infinity War more times. I like Endgame. I know some people don't like it, but I do. Big Marvel girly, but I will say I hated Multiverse of Madness just because Wanda is my girl. But other favorite movies, I love Harry Potter, but Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, some of my favorite movies. Oh, Interstellar and Inception.
Oh, okay.
Big Nolan fan. Interstellar, I watch all the time, and I shouldn't, but I learn something new every time, but it still messes with my brain, and I need an hour after I watch it to get back in the world. And then I love Baz Luhrmann, so he's it would be a dream to work with him. Elvis was great, but I love his version of Great Gatsby so much.
Is that the one with DiCaprio in it? Okay.
Yeah, and Carey Mulligan.
I'll have to watch that.
That one's one of my favorites.
I listened to the Great Gatsby audiobook with
Oh,
Jake
okay.
Gyllenhaal narrating.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, I didn't know either, but it's on YouTube for free.
That's hilarious.
It was, I mean, I didn't like the book, not gonna lie, but he did have his
Yeah.
narration was good.
I love that book. I remember in school I had to study the prototype that Fitzgerald wrote for Gatsby. So I'm I don't know, I've studied so much of his work that I just love it all. But it was called Winter Dreams or something. Good. I'm a book nerd, so I feel half of the
Yeah.
movies that I love are because of books.
That's cool. I've been since my new job, I've been trying to get like back into reading. So
Yeah.
like reading new books and stuff. Like I picked up Kurt Vonnegut book. I picked up Galapagos. Do you know
Okay.
Kurt Vonnegut?
I've never read that book.
Okay.
I've heard about it.
Yeah.
So.
So I just picked it up because like one of my coworkers said it was good, and I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Actually, they had Fair and Loathing in Las Vegas Anniversary Edition was on sale. I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy it, but I'm also gonna buy a new book.
Yeah.
So like I'll get my favorite thing, and then I'll get something new. I have to force myself to read. So I got that, and then that Kurt Vonnegut book, because I was thinking about Slaughterhouse-Five, but I was like, that might be a little too heavy,
Yeah.
at least for right now. So I got the other one, but I'll probably, if I like it, I'll check out Slaughterhouse-Five.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Let me think. What's a good book? I read all the time. I should be able to give you recommendations. Have you ever read A Tale of Two Cities?
No.
It is a classic, and people read it for school, but it's probably the best. It's one of my favorite books, and the
Okay.
story is ridiculous.
Mhm.
It's Dickens, and I didn't like
I
Great
like the song.
Expectations. I didn't.
I like the J. Cole song.
Oh, I love J. Cole, but I actually don't know that song.
It's a good one. It's on.
That's what I'll listen
Forest
to. That's my
Hills.
homework.
Mhm. Yeah, that's your homework.
Yeah. I've been getting back into rap again recently, too. So,
Yeah. I went through all of Kendrick Lamar's albums and J. Cole's albums,
yeah.
like the end of last year. I was just like re-listening to all of them, and I was like, fuck.
I did
forgot how
Kendrick
good they
this
were.
year. I don't know if
Mhm.
I did all of them, but I've always been a big Kendrick fan. I saw him at Bonnaroo.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I
what's
didn't
up.
realize I could get into like literally like front row because my friends were front row for him because of our passes and badges since we were working it, and that was the first night, so I didn't know what to do. I sat on the VIP hill, like it was still cool, but I was the only person who knew all the lyrics to all the songs, and like everyone around me was just like, and I was like, I was kind of sad, but it was still fun.
That's funny. I learned the chords to "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe."
Yeah,
That's like really fun to play.
to play it on guitar. I like that.
Yeah, it's really fun to play. Yeah, are you like ready to wrap up?
Yeah,
and stuff?
I got to go to the studio actually.
All right, word. So that's Scarlet O'Hara. I'll have all her links down in the description, so check her out. Give her a follow. And y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.